So this is random. There's an 100-meter drop tower. That's the wrong day. There's a slug. Oh my god. Oh my god! It's 6 o'clock. We've just entered Liseberg for the first time. Gothia Tower's behind me. Let's go and explore this park. So I don't really know what's going to happen. We have an evening ticket, but they've let us in 20 minutes before 6 o'clock. Helix is right in front of me. This is all just happening so quickly because it's not even... Because we're not here at the start of the day, it feels really strange, and I don't know how to introduce the vlog. Helix is about to go past me. Oh my god, I'm dizzy. Oh my god, I'm speechless. Going up to a roller coaster ride in an escalator should be weird, but I literally did it yesterday. Yeah, we're gonna go and ride Helix now, by the way. This is the most cursed bin I've ever seen. I really wish they were playing Helix's soundtrack. Look, those are Helix's air gates. Luciformal. Oh my god. Here we go, back row on Helix. I just rode Helix. Pretty clever name. Pretty cool theming. Do not trust them to use this to dispatch the ride. That drop was so much better than I thought it would be. That's probably one of my favourite drop towers. About Helix, that's one of the best coasters I've ever done. Its launches aren't that strong, but straight away I can tell that it's a lot better than Tarrant. There's so many elements, so much airtime, and it's actually quite forceful as well. Time for Uppsvinget, but they only have one car under operation. Uppsvinget had a really short cycle, but the zero-G moments on that are really quite fun. And also it's quite intense in each valley. We'll do Aerospin now, and I've got to say already I have a soft spot for this ride because I love its soundtrack. And unlike Helix, it's actually playing. There we go. We just did that twice back to back because there's no queue. First time I didn't really get anywhere. Second time I managed to completely invert, but I didn't roll. It's okay for a flat ride, but the Imascore soundtrack more than makes up for it. One of my favourite Imascore soundtracks. Let's ascend the stairs to Valhalla. Time for Valkyria. Oh, misty mate. This station looks so cool. Valkyria is probably the best dive coaster I've done. As far as dive coasters go, somehow that has the weakest drop but the strongest layout. It's amazingly smooth and comfortable as well. And although I don't normally like vest restraints, that has to be the best execution of vest restraints that I've ever seen. Let's go on this. Here we go. With lap bars, it's pretty fun. It feels very, very floaty, but unfortunately, just like Uppsvinget, the cycle is quite short. Spin Spider is low-key better. So far, I haven't addressed it, but Balder looks absolutely amazing lit up. It's such a shame that it's closed due to refurbishment. There's a crane here. I wonder how that got there. Maybe they built a wooden roller coaster around it. Next up is Mechanica, another flat ride I know about just because of its Imascore soundtrack. This is a pretty awesome entrance sign. Probably one of the best themed flat rides in the world. I wouldn't mind queuing for this. I don't think there's much of a wait though, like, bruh. This zero-G roll is so floaty, it's really, really fun. Mechanica was a bit tame, not as nauseating as it looks. Yeah, I'll show you the real thing, never mind. Just like a lot of the rides here, I can describe it as floaty. It looks absolutely stunning how high up that is because of the elevation changes. We're gonna go and ride Lisebergbanan. This is an absolute capacity monster. Lisebergbanan was actually fantastic. It has some good pops of airtime on it. It feels so fast and it's such a good family coaster.
Much better than Piraten.
It's one of my all-time bucket list coasters, Balder. I recreated this layout in Planet Coaster for a park that never got finished. Time, minus 10 minutes. Don't mind if I do. Awesome landscaping here, and then the Helix revolves around this queue section that's thankfully empty because there's a minus 10-minute queue. This is also an outdoor version of Tabaluga's Achterbahn, which I rode at Holiday Park 2 years ago. I'm too big for this station. It's really rough. Time to get the last credit of the park with a cinnamon bun. This area of the park does look a bit like Gröna Lund. We just stamped on the banana. No more potassium. Let's go down under on the Underlandet. We're in an elevator. We're going down, 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 down. So we are allegedly 6 stories underground, which clearly we're not, but somehow it feels colder in here, which really does simulate being underground. I'm really impressed with this queue line so far. This looks amazing. Oh, does this count as a credit? We're going up. There's an illusion that makes this tunnel look absolutely huge. It do go down. Whoa! Trim drop. Hello, how are you? I am under the water. Please help me. It's too much raining. Whoa! This park looks so good when it's getting darker, and it's about an hour and a half until it closes. I think it's time to get back on Helix. There's still no music, but the Helix queue is significantly shorter than it was before. They're now playing the Helix theme music, and we're going to be on the front row. With all the lighting and the music, this ride suddenly feels alive. Everybody's vibing. And as for the ride itself, I can only describe it as a better version of Icon. It's right on the edge of my personal top 5. The park has such a good atmosphere. These people have no idea that I'm filming them. You really can't get away from A-level physics, can you? That was a truly special experience on Atmosphere at night. I've only been at the park for 5 hours this evening, but I've already managed 6 rides on Helix. That is one of my favourite coasters I've ever done, and I kind of expected it to be because a multi-launch coaster with multiple inversions and airtime moments seems just like my kind of ride. Valkyria's mist in the night is so cool. Just taking one last look around the park before it closes completely. So goodbye Helix and Liseberg for tonight. See you tomorrow evening again.
The next day.
So I think I need to just explain the situation a little bit because it's been a bit of a strange visit to Liseberg. Liseberg, I don't know how to pronounce it. I've probably been saying it wrong this whole time. I was trying to pretend to be Swedish, but we don't talk about that. We planned to book an evening ticket for yesterday and a full day ticket today. Yesterday was very rainy, which meant that the queues were almost non-existent, and I think we got lucky to get so many rides in 5 hours. But today, everybody who wanted to go yesterday has now come, and judging from the app, it looks absolutely packed with 100-minute queues. But basically, it's sold out quicker than we thought, so we've only managed to get an evening ticket when we wanted to spend the whole day here. It is what it is. I'll also add that even though it says that you can only go in with an evening ticket at 6 p.m, they actually let you in the park half an hour earlier, so we're going to go in at 5:30 now. So I'll shut up and let's get back in the park. Okay, we're in. We've got a virtual queue for log ride, which was supposed to start 2 minutes ago before we should have even been in the park, but let's run straight to the back. I meant to say, is it flume ride? I meant to say flume ride, not log ride, but it is a log flume. And I also use an app called Log Ride. This is a non-sponsored promotion. Guys, get Log Ride to count all your credits. It's a really good app. PS Log Ride, if you ever want to sponsor me, just hit me up. Yeah. Ah, these puffs are so busy. This is a really chaotic station. Oh my god. We're on a log flume. We're on a log flume. This is the queue for Flume Ride all the way out here. And to think with the virtual queue thing, it almost felt too good to be true, but we managed to just ride log flumes so quickly. I just called that log flume. I've given it about 5 different names so far. Anyways, we're now gonna go and ride Valkyria. Valkyria is the only ride in this park that uses a single rider line, and it's taken us about 20 minutes with a 1 hour queue, so that's pretty good. It's definitely running slower than yesterday, but because of its layout, which I think is pretty good, it's still the best dive coaster I've done. Let's do that again, single rider. And now it's time for the front. Front row on a wing seat, so much fun. Jukebox looks like a pretty fun flat ride, and there's not much of a queue for it either, so let's go on it. That's literally the most underrated ride in the park. Let's get back on yet another really underrated ride in this park. Valkyria looks so shiny. POV, you are Helix. This launch is basically a lift hill. So this is the Liseberg platform C. So through there must be platform B. And who's that? That guy looks exactly... Why is he filming me? Next up is the river rapid. Wait, it's not. Oh, that's the river rapids. It's called Colorado, but what on earth is that Swedish spelling? This is one of the strangest river rapids I've ever seen. How is there so many boats next to each other? I wonder how many steps this guy's done today. Wow, nice theming. Let's get on Colorado. So the actual river rapids itself doesn't really get you very wet, but they have like water guns that can actually get you soaked. I think I'm not too wet, but it could have gone horribly wrong. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm even taller now. Now it's time for Tempus, one of the most mesmerizing roller coasters of all time. The queue is full, and I know it's not a roller coaster, sometimes I say weird things. We're going to do a technical park sidecar one instead. Somehow this is one of the coolest small flat rides that there is, because it comes with nice theming, and it's interactive because there's a button you can press to go up higher. I've been on one at Tripsdrill, and I think for a family flat ride in a small amount of space, these are really good. Here we go! Also, talk about legroom. I've now been on Helix 10 times overall, and that is the kind of coaster you just can't go wrong with. It has such a good mix of forces, but in my opinion it doesn't quite do anything perfect, and for that reason it's just outside my top 5. I was thinking it would be close to Let Coaster, but I do definitely prefer Let Coaster after all. Time for one last ride on Helix. For the last time, we're going down this escalator. Goodbye Helix. All of the lights, even though it's not operating, Balder's lit up. This park looks absolutely stunning. That's the end of 2 amazing evenings in Liseberg here in Gothenburg, Sverige. We've been here for a total of 10 to 11 hours, and I think we've just about had time to do enough. We've gotten 30 rides in total, which I think is quite good for that time, and I've ridden Helix 11 times. However, it does feel really sad leaving this park knowing that I hope to have a full second day here. Missing out on Balder is also a shame, but next year they will build a family Vekoma boomerang, which looks good, and I'm sure the park has a promising future. I think I'll be back here one day. That is all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and good night.